Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum and we always whistle while we work.
Today, we're going to give you a 7-year-old's perspective on the best 7 rides at Disneyland, and at the same time, we're going to give you a parent's perspective on the ride, talk about height requirements and how scary the rides are.
And maybe give you some tips to enjoy the ride. Stick around.
Our son Leander just turned 7 and is no stranger to Disneyland, as he's been going to the park since he was 3 years old, logging in at least 45 days at the park. It's a really fun age. He still loves Ariel's Adventures, Casey Jr., the Enchanted Tiki Room, Turtle Talk with Crush, and even Gadget's Go Coaster.
But he has just reached 48 inches tall in the past 6 months, so he is more interested in the thrill rides these days. Now, he has ridden every ride in the park several times, including both of the new Galaxy's Edge attractions. So he knows what he likes, and he can't wait to share.
He sees us making these videos all the time, and he asked if he could make his own video while we were stuck at home, and we thought that was a fantastic idea.
So today, we are presenting a 7-year-old's 7 favorite attractions at Disneyland.
First attraction on the list today is
Soaring Around the World.
Soaring Around the World and Soaring Around California are both great rides for the whole family. It's a hang-gliding motion simulator that flies you around California or the world via a large screen.
You have to be at least 40 inches tall, so most 4-year-olds and older can enjoy this one.
People who get motion sick should avoid this one. If you're afraid of heights, you might think twice, but we do have a tip for that.
They break you up into rows, and row 1 is on the top, row 2 in the middle, and row 3 at the bottom. The top has the best view, but request the bottom if you're afraid of heights. It feels so much closer to the ground.
And here is why I like the ride. I like how we we sit and fly. I like how it has a yellow tab that you get to pull. I like how we get to fly on pyramids, change to a different place when we get covered in sand. I like how the plane bothers us and makes us switch. And I like how we see people on balloons. I know you will enjoy your flights.
The next 7-year-old's ride of choice on the list is
Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters.
Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters is a fantastic ride for the whole family. It's an interactive shooter where you shoot sensors on 3D figures that react to your shots. You keep score, and it can be competitive or not. It's up to you.
There is no height requirement, and the Omnimover-style cars can handle up to 3 people, but each one only has 2 space blasters.
This ride is a can't miss for the young ones, and any parents into video games will truly enjoy this one as well.
This is why I love Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. I like how they flash when they get shoot. I like how the targets are different shapes. I like how the animatronic monsters move. I like how the joystick moves around the whole thing. I also like riding with my cousins. Have a blast, Space Rangers.
Okay, thrill seekers, here we go. It's time for
Guardians of the Galaxy Nation Breakout.
Parents, this is a true thrill ride. Along with the Incredicoaster, this is the real deal. Yes, it still has amazing theming and story, but at its heart, it's a huge drop tower. The building looks tall. It is the tallest structure in Disneyland, and consider this, it goes 40 additional feet into the ground.
Like Soarin', this ride has a 40-inch height requirement, so pretty small youngsters can still ride.
It's an absolute blast. It has incredible animatronics, great music, theming, and lighting. You get a brief, amazing view of the park. We love it. We find we have fun, and our kid does too.
But you know best if your child is ready. It's a safe ride. I mean, you don't fear for them falling out or anything, but the lights go out, and then you go flying up and down, so there's not much you can do to comfort them during this one. Either they are going to love it or not.
And I love it. I like how it moves really So I like how we see it out the window. And I like how we see how it moves up and then it has a drop down. Rocket, he talks to us and he uses the computer so we know so we understand what he's saying. I like that he's a fox. Oh, a fox. Raccoon. Okay, go how about rockets? Don't get scared. It's fun.
Okay, let's head to Galaxy's Edge for a quick visit to Batuu. Your kids will certainly love visiting this planet in a galaxy far, far away. Everyone can enjoy the land, shops, and character interactions, but you will need to be at least 38 inches tall to pilot the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy.
Yay, the Millennium Falcon ride!
Smuggler's Run, the Millennium Falcon ride, is a fantastic experience. In our family, our Nana and our 6-year-old son at the time piloted the ship together. It was amazing, great fun.
The only thing we would say about the ride as far as kids are concerned is there are different roles you get to play. You are either a pilot, a gunner, or an engineer. You might consider making the kiddos gunners the very first time they ride. The controls are easy to manage and you are kept busy the whole time shooting lasers at different ships.
Now, kiddos can certainly handle any of the roles, but the engineer has less to do and it's important that they do it, but there's time in between those moments. And the pilots, they can really affect the entire group's experience. So it can be a smooth ride if your kid can focus and is good at video games, but it's pretty chaotic otherwise.
Overall, this ride is super fine. It's not too jerky or anything, and the line that you wait in is interesting and it keeps moving. And it's a bit of a reach for the light speed lever, and we have found kids under 40 inches just can't grab it.
But I can reach it. I love this ride. I like how we press the buttons and pull in all the levers. I like being the pilot and the gunner, and also the pilot can do on the light speed. I also get to do the light speed. Okay, go help out Hondo Onaka. I want to go to a roller coaster. Let's go to Space Mountain.
Sounds great. You know, your kids are gonna love this one. It's kind of sacrilege amongst Disneyland fans, but we kind of miss Hyperspace Mountain. We think it was a far more interesting version of the ride.
But your kids will enjoy this one if they are at least 42 inches tall.
Is it scary? Well, I don't think so. It's mostly just fun, but there are parts that are in the dark and you don't know what's coming next.
But unlike Walt Disney World, where the riders ride single file, you can sit with your child on this one and hold their hands. And Disneyland's version has fun music that plays from your ride vehicle, keeping things upbeat and positive. So there's less chance that your young one will get scared.
The coaster is a very safe one. It doesn't get too intense. The thrill is that you are flying through space. But it does get faster as you make your way down the mountain. The last 2 turns are pretty quick.
Yeah, they are super fast. I like the asteroids. I like it goes super fast and goes like this. I like how we blast in space. I hope you like Space Mountain.
Well, let's head over to Disney's California Adventure for the fastest thrill ride in the park.
The Incredicoaster.
The Incredicoaster is the most intense roller coaster in the parks. It has a height requirement of 48 inches, the tallest requirement that Disneyland has. Leander was 48 inches tall exactly on our last trip, and he rode it 3 times.
We want to take a second to advocate for height requirements. We strongly suggest you adhere to them and don't try to make your kids taller than they are. They are carefully chosen for a reason, and that reason is your kids' safety.
Agreed. The Incredicoaster has fast launches and intense airtime, and it has an inversion. It's a long ride, but it's a smooth ride. Far smoother than, say, the Matterhorn bobsleds, and it's just very satisfying.
And the theming is incredibly fun.
You have to help save Jack. I like how it goes super fast when you go over the hills. I like how I didn't fall down when I did around the loopsy-loop. I like how we see the Incredibles. All they have to do is save Jack Jack. We did it! We saved Jack Jack!
All right, for our last ride, we're going to head back to Galaxy's Edge and experience some serious immersive Star Wars attractions.
Let's ride the Rise of the Resistance.
Rise of the Resistance is an incredible experience and the newest dark ride in the park. It's really amazing and the whole family should enjoy this one.
It does have a 40-inch height requirement, and the ride has a very small drop and fast motion graphics. But mainly, it's just the fact that the ride is so immersive that makes being at least 40 inches tall make sense.
The First Order cast members are the most in character and committed that I have ever seen cast members be. You can easily get into your imagination and feel like you've been captured and are being interrogated.
If your kiddos are already familiar with Star Wars and the idea of Disney parks and characters, then you should have no problems. Otherwise, you might want to consider how seriously they're going to take it. You're never separated from your child in any way, and I don't think it's really scary, but I do see how some might.
But honestly, we think you'll have fun. The ride is an experience that happens in stages, and you will be engaged and interested the entire time. It's truly for the whole family. Everybody can ride.
Whatever you do, don't tell them where the Rebel bases is. I like how it has X-Wing fighters and super speed. I like how we see Lieutenant Beck and Finn a little bit. And Finn started as a stormtrooper, and then he became one of the rebels. Lieutenant Beck, we always see him at a ship, and we see his ship that we see Star Wars stuff and a few TIE fighters, and we see X-Wing fighters. How we get in the escape pod and got out of the Empire. Bright suns, everybody!
Well, folks, that's it.
We hope that this was fun, and if you're headed to the parks with a 7-year-old, you know more about which thrill rides they can do.
Thanks for watching. Leander really wanted to do this, and we had a great time putting it together.
We hope everybody is taking care of themselves.
Please be kind to each other.
And a huge, continuous thank you to those essential personnel out there risking their lives for the rest of us.
See you real soon, Mouseketeers.
We will see you real soon.
See you real soon.